everybody, my name's Robin. I'm a tech here at Napkin Music Notes, and I'm here to talk about a little bit about guitar maintenance. So first off, a few things to watch out for, as I'm sure many of you here in the Midwest know, is humidity. The fluctuating temperature changes, and especially right at this time that we're filming this, the humidity is fluctuating, the temperatures are fluctuating, and that is going to affect any wooden instrument for that matter, but particularly your guitars is what we're talking about today. So a good thing to keep in mind is it's a good idea to have a humidifier or keep your instrument in a humidified controlled space, whether that's a room in your home or in its case with a humidifier and a gauge, whatever works, as long as you can control that humidity level. That's going to help keep the wood from drying out and from cracking. Now a couple other things to watch for are, I'm just going to grab a guitar quick as an example. A couple other things to watch out for are the bowing of the neck. So the neck has a tendency to warp. It's under a lot of tension from these strings right here, especially with the temperature and humidity and all that. So I'm going to talk about how to check to see if your neck is straight. Now some people like their neck perfectly straight with the strings on it. Some people like it to have a little bit of a bow. That's personal preference. But to check, you're going to look down the neck from the bottom of your body of your guitar. And what you're going to watch for is how straight the edges of those frets line up. I'm going to give you a shot this way. Yeah. So see, this one has just a little tiny bit of a bow to it. So that means it's dipping down lower in the middle of the neck and is higher near the nut where the strings are at the head.
And the video doesn't really do it justice.
It doesn't. So it's best to pick up your guitar, hold it like this in a good lighting, and take a look and see for yourself. Now, that is where a truss rod adjustment would come in. If you would like it to be straighter, then you can tighten or loosen the neck to adjust that. Now, adjusting it is kind of a process and requires a little bit of experience, so it's a good idea to have a technician take a look at it and tell you what to do, or to have them do it themselves. Now, another thing to watch out for that I've noticed on a lot of guitars in the past couple of weeks especially, is that these frets are just pressed into that fretboard. A lot of times, now this one's good, however, the edges of the frets will start to pop up out of the fingerboard, and that will cause some buzzing and some sharpness on the sides, and it'll cut up your fingers even, especially, so you'll notice it. But that requires having a technician go in, pop those frets back into place, and then filing the edges down in order to take that sharpness out of it. So another thing to watch for if you're getting some buzzing. So that's a few examples of some things to watch out for. Another thing is strings need to be changed pretty frequently. If you're changing gauges, especially, you will need to have a technician set up the guitar for that gauge, because again, that boils down to the tension of the strings. The thicker the string, the more tension you have, so you need to accommodate that in the tension on the neck. This guitar in particular is what we call a Floyd Rose setup. So you got your floating tremolo down here, and you got locking nuts up here. We don't tune it here, we tune it with the fine tuners. Now in the back here, we've got springs. Restringing and setting up a Floyd Rose guitar is a much more complex process than your standard 6-string electric. So if you don't know how to do that, it's recommended to either have somebody teach you or to have a technician go through and do the process there. So thank you for watching. Happy International Guitar Month, and I will see you later.